green.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 blockbuster movies that never made their money back.
Not a moment too soon. Right, well, that's not going to work, is it? Get in the chopper and go! I can't hold it!
They're all bad. No, they're not.
For this list, we'll be looking at those movies with blockbuster statuses, massive budgets, and reputations for being box office bombs. What movie flop is actually awesome? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Ghostbusters. Paul Feig's Ghostbusters reboot was inescapable for a few months before its release, but all that discourse did not translate into an especially great box office return.
My name is Erin Gilbert, Doctor of Particle Physics at Columbia.
Ghostbusters might be an established property, but a budget of over $140 million meant the film needed to be a smash hit to turn a profit. The movie ended up pulling in a smaller worldwide gross than Feig's previous projects, and Bridesmaids, The Heat, and Spy all had significantly lower budgets than Ghostbusters.
Here's what we do. I go into the face-off machine, get a whole new face. I turn up, they never notice me.
Do you have quarters? Because it costs 50 cents.
Well, gotta pay.
No, because it doesn't exist.
Ghostbusters was pushed heavily by Sony, released right in time for the summer season, and had a solid cast. All the makings of a blockbuster, just without the figures to back it up.
That was awesome!
That is a deadly high five.
Number 9, The Good Dinosaur. Excluding movies affected by the pandemic, The Good Dinosaur is Pixar's lowest-grossing theatrical release. Even the original Toy Story and A Bug's Life outperformed the 2015 flick at the box office.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life.
On the other hand, the 2015 movie had a very high budget that is comparable to some of Pixar's highest earners such as Toy Story 3 and Inside Out.
Go save Riley!
Take her to the moon for me, okay?
Following a decent but not spectacular opening, The Good Dinosaur suffered quite a drop in returns over the next few weeks as word of mouth spread that perhaps this new release wasn't peak Pixar. Number 8, A Wrinkle in Time. Fantasy adventure films, even ones based on well-known properties, can be a hard sell if they are not sequels.
Whatever she is, whatever that is, whatever all this is, I don't like it. You'll manage.
A Wrinkle in Time deserves credit for its diversity both in front and behind the camera, but the Disney property fell short of expectations commercially. A Wrinkle in Time felt like a big event, but it also came out weeks after the mammoth Black Panther, and the Marvel blockbuster was still dominating the box office when Ava DuVernay's film dropped.
Wakanda forever! Wakanda forever!
A lukewarm critical reception also hurt A Wrinkle in Time's longevity, as the film went on to lose roughly $100 million.
How many events, choices that had to occur since the birth of the universe, leading to the making of you.
Number 7, Green Lantern.
Brightest day, blackest night. No evil shall escape my sight.
Nowadays, 2011's Green Lantern has been reduced to a punchline, but the DC film did have big expectations when it originally launched.
Goddamn, that's beautiful.
With a massive $200 million budget, Ryan Reynolds in the lead, and a strong supporting cast, Green Lantern went huge and fell flat spectacularly. Scathing reviews meant the film stagnated rather quickly at the box office, pulling in roughly $220 million globally over its entire run. With the DC Extended Universe debuting a few years later, Green Lantern was largely written off as a regrettable and expensive mistake.
They will race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. But in time, they will join you when the sun comes.
Number 6. Cats. Some box office flops are shocking. Others you can see coming from a mile away. Once the movie adaptation of the hit musical Cats dropped its trailer and sent the internet into a fit of laughter and head-scratching, the writing was on the wall for the film. Not even morbid curiosity seemed to be enough to drag people to theaters to watch this critically eviscerated release, as Cats bombed on opening day and never recovered. While it did somewhat better internationally than domestically, Cats didn't even come close to recouping its $100 million production budget.
You've heard of several kinds of cat, and my opinion now is that you should need no interpreter to understand our character.
Number 5. The BFG. Disney and Steven Spielberg joining forces should be a guarantee of commercial success, but reality sometimes has other plans.
You think because I'm a giant that I'm a man-gobbling cannibal? Me? Gobbling up human beings? Do you mind? This I'd never.
Spielberg's adaptation of Roald Dahl's The BFG struggled to find an audience big enough to justify its $140 million production budget. While reviews were above average but not glowing, the BFG was pretty much an instant flop commercially, debuting fourth at the box office while earning less than half of Finding Dory's gross in its third week. While Spielberg had directed underperforming films before, the BFG's blockbuster family movie status made it an entirely different beast to something like Empire of the Sun. Number 4. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Out of the Shadows.
To eat delicious humans and dip them in ranch dressing. I'm just kidding. I'm a vegan, except for meat and cheese and eggs.
Casey, they're my friends.
After 2014's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did well at the box office, a sequel was quickly put into production. However, in the 2 years separating the film's releases, something changed, and Out of the Shadows went from seemingly a surefire hit to an underwhelming flop.
My belly must be jelly, because if y'all don't shake like that, my man, no matter.
The sequel grossed roughly half of what its predecessor managed. While neither release was well received by critics, 2014's original had the fact that it was the first live-action Turtles film in more than 2 decades going for it. In comparison, Out of the Shadows was just another sequel to a profitable but not necessarily loved blockbuster.
Nobody messes
Where's Mikey?
Number 3. Dark Phoenix. Fox's X-Men franchise deserved to go out on a bang rather than a whimper. Despite being the final main entry in a beloved series and adapting a famous comic storyline, Dark Phoenix's hype was oddly muted.
You're always sorry, Charles, and there's always a speech. But nobody cares anymore.
Delays saw the movie debut a few months after Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame, while Disney's purchase of Fox made Dark Phoenix feel a bit superfluous.
Avengers! Assemble.
While Dark Phoenix certainly had a budget typical of a modern superhero film, the X-Men movie pulled dismal numbers and was blown out of the water by The Secret Life of Pets 2 on its opening weekend. Number 2. Transformers: The Last Night.
Yes, but you want to know, don't you, dude? Why they keep coming here?
For the longest time, it seemed like the live-action Transformers movies were immune to negative reviews, with the third and fourth entries both earning more than $1 billion at the box office.
Autobots, we charge together! Now roll out!
Well, Well, the momentum finally came to a stop with The Last Night, as the fifth movie earned just a bit more than 50% of its predecessor's gross. While The Last Night still netted more than $600 million at the box office, reports suggest the movie lost money. This decline can largely be credited to the domestic box office, as The Last Night really failed to meet expectations in the U.S.
Did you forget who I am? I am Optimus Prime.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions that lost a boatload of money. The Great Wall, because this US-China team-up wasn't a big enough hit in either territory. The Lone Ranger, because pirates are apparently a safer bet than cowboys.
All these years, I think you are Wendigo. But no. You are just another white man.
Around the World in 80 Days, because few people from around the world wanted to see this Disney movie.
What's he screaming about?
He's saying, please let me go, I'm bored.
R.I.P.D., because Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds can only do so much.
The dish is chicken tikka masala.
Yes. No. Yes, it is. This is chicken tikka. Oh, yeah. That's a deado.
Mars Needs Moms, because this movie cost $150 million, so of course it flopped.
Mom, did you just pull me out of bed?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Justice League.
Superman, can we ask you some questions? It's for our podcast.
Well, in that case.
Reshoots doomed Justice League as the film's production budget ballooned to $300 million. In a vacuum, the first live-action team-up of the Justice League performed well at the box office, grossing more than $650 million worldwide.
Tell you on the plane.
Plane? What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
However, it fell short of the earnings required to break even. Justice League's well-documented rocky production might have hurt its hype, but the film was also following up the critically acclaimed and commercially successful Wonder Woman.
She's taking all the fire. Let's go!
While Justice League had a solid opening weekend, it didn't quite have the legs to match Wonder Woman or 2018's Aquaman.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.